Welcome. I am Eric Unfiltered. Here I discuss news, politics, and whatever else I find interesting, along with my very colorful, unfiltered commentary. If you would like to follow me on social media, I am on X at Eric Not Sorry and on Truth or Facebook at Eric Unfiltered Podcast. I hope you enjoy. Now let's get on with the show. Welcome back. I know it's been a minute. How's everybody doing out there? I hope you're doing well, and if not, I get it. It's that time of year. I feel it too. But I hope things turn around for you soon. And as always, I am caffeinated, medicated, and never regulated, so let's freaking go. Have you heard anything about what's going on with the Michigan Wolverines former football coach? If not, then you are like one of my friends, Panda. What's up? Shout out to Panda. I was talking this morning, and he goes, no, he is a Michigan fan. And he's like, no, he hasn't heard about this. So if you have not, I'm going to get into this. I have gone to Grok, and I did a search. And again, it's an AI search, so take it with a grain of salt. However, one thing I have been doing lately on my searches is I'm specifically putting in my search at the end, use only verified facts. So I have this story with Grok. Again, it's still AI, but I used just verified facts. There are some other stories I will be getting into later on, but I wanted to talk about this because this is kind of nuts. Okay, so a synopsis. Sherrone, I don't know, who served as head coach of the University of Michigan Wolverines football team for the 2024 and 2025 seasons, was fired for cause on December 10th, 2025. Now you would think, oh, okay, a coach was fired. That's okay. But wait, there's more. The university announced that a school investigation found credible evidence he had engaged in an inappropriate relationship with a staff member, violating university policy. Okay. That's not something that doesn't not happen, but okay, fair enough. But there's more. Oh boy. Athletic director Ward Manuel, sorry if I said your name wrong, dude, totally unintentional, stated the university has zero tolerance for such conduct, and the for-cause termination means Michigan owes no remaining buyout on Moore's contract, originally a 5-year deal worth around $5.6 million annually. Do the math, folks. Do the math. That's like $27 million gone. Wow. Okay, Moore, 39, had been promoted to head coach in 2024 after Jim Harbaugh departed for the NFL's Los Angeles Chargers, following Michigan's 2023 national championship. As an assistant under Harbaugh, blah, 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 blah. I don't care about his records. It's nothing, don't shit. Okay, hours after the firing, this is where things get weird. And WTF. Moore was detained by police. What? Yes. The now disgraced head coach of the Michigan Wolverines was not only fired, he was then arrested in connection with an alleged assault and later held in, Washtenaw County Jail. I'm sorry if I said that wrong. Again, not intentional. On December 12th, he was charged with felony home invasion and 2 misdemeanors, stalking and breaking and entering, stemming from an incident reportedly involving the staff member. So the person he was diddling with, he was fired because he was diddling with, and then he was arrested for breaking into her house. Bro, it gets more weird. It gets more. Okay. He underwent mental health evaluations, awesome, and was released on bond. Oh, double awesome. The university's investigation into the matter is ongoing, and let's see, as stated by interim president Domenico Grasso. Again, if I mispronounced anybody's names, it's unintentional. All right, so I did add more searches to this because I heard some other reports regarding knives and threats and other stuff that I thought that original synopsis left out, that should not have been left out. Now, I heard these details on the local AM radio channel, and so I kind of figured it was probably accurate. So again, I did a search, and I did the search, and I put, is there facts? And it said yes. Yes, there is. So continuing on with the search of the weirdness to this story. It's not just a man in power making lots of money, prestigious position, has an affair. I believe he is married. But regardless, if he was single, it doesn't matter. It's just more, scandalous if he's married and has kids and all that. But it's not unusual that a powerful man making money in a prestigious position has an affair or an inappropriate relationship with a staffer or something. That's not unusual. Then they get caught. They get fired. Again, not unusual. But then to do a B&E on that person's home, and then, according to statements from the Pittsfield Township Police Department and Washtenaw County prosecutors, during Moore's arraignment on December 12, 2025, Moore allegedly entered the woman's apartment through an unlocked door without permission on December 10th. He then engaged in a verbal argument that escalated. Oh, boy, did it ever. During the arraignment, Moore reportedly went to a kitchen drawer. He picked up 2 butter knives. He picks up 2 butter knives, or several in some accounts, because more butter knives is better, especially when you threaten self-harm. So apparently he picked up 2 butter knives, or several, and a pair of kitchen scissors, and threatened to harm himself. He did not threaten the victim directly with the items. Oh, well, that's good. But prosecutors described his overall behavior as, quote, threatening, intimidating, and terrifying, end quote, including statements like, okay, now these are all quotes apparently that Mr. Moore made with butter knives and scissors. I mean, okay, I'm making fun, but look, self-harm is no joke. If you're thinking that shit, get help for real. But this guy's obviously snapped. He broke. This dude broke. Apparently with the butter knives, these are quotes from Moore. Apparently this is alleged that, quote, I'm going to kill myself. I'm going to make you watch. My blood is on your hands, and you ruined my life. Again, these are alleged quotes that Moore made while threatening to harm himself with butter knives and a pair of scissors. So yes, you have a coach, someone that has invested, you have an individual that has invested a very long time of their life learning a skill, coaching, football specifically. They wait for an opportunity to take over a prestigious program anywhere, where it could have been Ohio State, it could have been Michigan State, right? It could have been USC, right? Notre Dame. But they're at Michigan. They get the opportunity when a winning coach leaves for a different job. You take over And then you start with a staffer, which you already know is naughty. And then you do a B&E and you get into an argument and then you threaten to harm yourself with butter knives? Bro, what? This story is insane. It's insane. I couldn't stop laughing yesterday. I was driving down the road and I literally looked at my radio and went, "Did you just say butter knives and scissors? Are you?" I'm like, "This guy is." Whew. And then I heard they released him on bond. I don't know. If I was somebody that knew this young, I don't know if she's young, this lady, this other party that's in this story, I would tell her that she should probably make sure everything is locked, and she should probably, I don't know, be prepared. You know what I mean? Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, nod, nod. Yeah. Protect yourself. Protect yourself, lady. Protect yourself, because this guy is out there. That's crazy. This is insane. I'm sure there's going to be more details to this story, and I'm really looking forward to it because I'm not a big gossipy drama guy, but dude, this shit's juicy. I like this. I don't know about you, though. The next time I see a Michigan Wolverine game and I see somebody, get a sack or score a touchdown and they do the whole little thumb neck slashy thing, I'm just going to envision the thumb as a butter knife. I'm sorry. I poor joke. Very bad taste. Anyways, moving on. All right. In the next story I have here, it's close to home. Here in Connecticut. I love covering these stories. Teachers and students. Yes, we're going down that road today. I love these stories. No, actually, I don't. I love talking about them, but it's a shame that it happens, especially when, well, let's face it, if the teacher's not hot, we're kind of angry. I'm just kidding. All seriousness, sorry. So, here in Connecticut, in early December 2025, I think her name is Ciara Picard. I don't care if her name is wrong. I don't care. She's disgusting. A 39-year-old former music teacher at Maloney High School in Meriden, Connecticut, was arrested on 5 counts of second-degree sexual assault. The charges stem from allegations of an inappropriate and sexual relationship with a male student that occurred several years ago while she was employed at the school. Okay, pause. Several years ago. Okay. Look, I'm not saying it's good. I'm not condoning it. Even if Miss Picard here is, a dime, it doesn't matter. All right, I'm not excusing it. I make jokes. We all make jokes. But several years ago, okay. I'm curious, why now? Why now? I'm not saying don't ever not come out. I'm not, but you know what I mean? Like, why? I'm curious. I'm just asking questions. Why suddenly now? Okay, so according to police reports and the arrest warrants made public, blah, 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 the victim, now 25, and a graduate of the school, met Picard when he was around 13 to 14 years old as a freshman. So we're talking 11, 12 years ago. Okay. Definitely never hide it. Definitely come out. I'm just curious why it took so long. That's all. I'm asking the questions. He alleges the grooming began early, escalating to kissing and sexual text messages. Multiple sexual assaults reportedly occurred when he was 16 to 17 years of age, including incidents involving oral sex and other acts. Well, yes, yes. Okay. Picard reportedly visited the student's home. Getting naughty with mommy and daddy. Okay. And sent explicit messages and expresses sexual desires. Well, yeah, blowing the kid was probably expresses pretty much. Okay, Picard resigned from her position in August 2025 after allegations surfaced. The school district promptly contacted police upon learning of the claims. She turned herself in on December 2nd and was released on bond. Picard reportedly admitted to investigators that she, quote, crossed the line. You think? And that the relationship was, quote, not okay. You think? But denied physical sexual contact while the victim was a student. Okay? So, hearsay. In Connecticut, second-degree sexual assault applies to situations involving a person in authority, like a teacher, engaging in sexual contact with someone under their supervision, regardless of consent or the student's exact age. So if he was 16 and 17, typical horny boy, and he was like, hell yeah, this is fun, it does not matter if he was like, yes, I wanted this. She can't do that. So the case is ongoing, and these are allegations based on the victim's statements, evidence including texts, and Picard's partial admissions as detailed in public reports. No trial outcome has been reported as of December 13th because it hasn't happened yet. Thank you for the search there, AI. So, once again, another story of a teacher, pardon me, once again, another story about a teacher diddling kids, or at least one student. What is going on? And again, this happened a while ago. So, like I said, why come out with this now? I'm not saying don't come out with it, of course. I mean, because they could find out that maybe she's doing this to somebody else, or perhaps somebody before this particular individual. You know, does she do this, serially? I think that makes sense. But you know what I mean? Is this a habit? I don't know. Are there other victims? I don't know. So yeah, definitely, I'm glad the stories come out. But why did it take so long, dude? I'm just curious on that. I'm just asking questions. Sorry, don't mean to sound like a douche. But yeah, once again, another teacher diddling kids. What is going on with the teachers? What is going on? If you have not followed Libs of TikTok on X, you need to do that, because they are posting stuff like this all the time, all over the country. And I know I've covered this issue here in Connecticut several times in the last year and a half. What is going on? What is going on? Teachers, leave our kids alone. Come on, man. Oh, yeah, and in case you're curious, no, this teacher is definitely not a dime. I mean, her head game might be on, but I don't know. Moving on. Sorry. Yes, real quick, I want to talk about the thing I posted about online the other day about me doing a thing. Yes, I did a thing this past week. In case you are a new listener and you are unaware, first off, thank you for tuning in. But I am a student. I'm taking some broadcasting lessons. Hopefully, I get better at this. Maybe, I don't know. But part of one of my projects, I have to do some interviews of people. I have to, do it. It's called a package. And so I had the fortunate experience, the opportunity, the privilege to sit down with two individuals of the local minor league baseball team here in Connecticut. Yes, that is the Hartford Yard Goats. This past week, I was able to sit down with the general manager, Mike Abramson, and the play-by-play guy, Jeff Dooley. Two very nice gentlemen. They could not have been nicer. They're two awesome guys. Got to sit down and chat with them for a little bit. I'm not going to get into the details of that package because, again, it's a school project and all that stuff. So the other really cool thing I was allowed to do, Mike he honored me by allowing me to go outside into the stadium. I wasn't allowed on the field and all that, and that's fine. That's cool. That's fine. But I was allowed in the stadium. And let me tell you, folks, if you have not been in like an arena or stadium or something like that, and you are literally the only person outside, mainly because, it's cold, it's weird. Like, there was no noise. Like, I heard the cars, but there's no people. There's no crowd. There's no smells of the vendors. There's nothing. It was eerie. It was cool, though. And, excuse me, being out there was, it was, I had to take a minute and just take it in. Like, I'm in a ball field right now. It's winter time, and I'm in a baseball stadium all by myself. This is cool as hell. Not many people get to do this. This is cool, and I really appreciated that. So that's why if you went on my socials, so I posted a picture. It's really cool. They outline the mound and the infield with LED lights. I don't know if they've always done that there or if that's new. Regardless, it's beautiful. It's really cool. The picture I took and posted, it's actually a little brighter than what it was at the time. But yeah, so I did a thing. It was really cool going to a stadium and sitting down and talking to some people in the front office, and I really appreciated that, guys. So thank you. A quick shout out to you guys. So that was cool. All right, let's get into another real story. Enough about me and my all right, real story here. Another one here based in Connecticut, and this one hits a little close to me because it has something involving our service members. Quick shout out to them each and every day. If you serve in uniform, I don't care if it's in the military or a first responder, thank you for your service every day. So here in Connecticut, Boxes to Boots, a Berlin, Connecticut-based nonprofit led by President Kristen Govan, sorry if I said your last name wrong, Kristen, annually sends holiday care packages filled with snacks, candy, and toiletries to U.S. service members deployed overseas. In November 2025, the organization prepared and shipped 1,139 such packages, part of a larger effort involving nearly 2,000 boxes total. That's awesome. But approximately 844 to 884, so over 850 packages were returned by the United States Postal Service after being rejected by U.S. Customs, primarily due to incomplete or insufficiently detailed customs declarations, specifically generic terms like toiletries pack, instead of specific descriptions, example, item, material, and purpose. Wow, paper for wiping your butt. Required under updated export rules phased in since 2023 and strengthened in September 2025. Roughly 250 to 300 packages with identical labeling cleared customs and reached the troops, highlighting inconsistent applications. More than 100 packages were reported missing, and the nonprofit incurred over $6,700 to $10,000 in non-refunded shipping costs. Initially, timely holiday delivery appeared impossible. United States Senator Richard Blumenthal, Democrat from Connecticut, intervened by writing to Postmaster General Louis DeJoy, sorry if I pronounced your name wrong, demanding clearer USPS guidelines for military mail and direct assistance for the nonprofit, while toting similar issues nationwide. As of December 12, 2025, USPS reversed course after working with Boxes to Boots to add clarified custom forms. The service picked up the returned packages for reshipment at no additional cost, placing them back in transit to the troops. USPS has not fully explained the initial returns or reversal, though Blumenthal's advocacy is credited with helping resolve the case. Well, thank you for that, Dick. Thank you. I have to give credit where credit's due. If you are a first-time listener, I'm not a big fan of Mr. Blumenthal. Not a fan, but I have to give credit where credit is due. And if he had something to do with getting this done, good. I appreciate his effort in doing so.
He didn't have to do that, and I appreciate it, so hats off to him, right? Got to give credit where credit's due. I got to be fair. Got to be fair. So, again, thank you if you are a service member, if you're a veteran, anybody that serves, thank you. And I'm glad that they were able to get this squared away. What a debacle. What? Come on. Paperwork, right? Bureaucracy. But, I mean, I get it to a point. National security. Okay, they're shipping deodorant and toilet paper and Oreos, bro. But, I mean, I get it. But come on. I'm glad that this was squared away. And what a mess. But I'm glad that our service members will be getting their packages soon. And I guess better late than never, right? What a mess. But at least it's got a happy ending. Yay. Speaking of happy endings, I need a massage. I'm just kidding. No, I do. My back hurts. Anyways. Okay, so I saved this one for last because it's a long read, but again, it's also quite bizarre, and it's, again, here in Connecticut. Have you heard about the standoff that happened recently where there was already a corpse inside the residence? Did you hear about that? No? Okay. Well, okay. So on December 2nd, 2025, what began as a routine eviction in Stamford, Connecticut, escalated into a dramatic and deadly standoff that revealed a gruesome secret hidden inside a quiet residential home. Oh boy, did it ever. State marshals arrived at 263 Oaklawn Avenue to serve eviction papers following a foreclosure. The homeowner, 63-year-old Jed Parkington, reacted aggressively, prompting the marshals to call for police backup. As Stamford police approached an armed Bearcat vehicle, Parkington opened fire with a high-powered rifle. Oh, God. Grok, you embarrass me. Striking the vehicle multiple times and shattering windshields. No officers were injured, but the situation quickly turned into an hours-long armed standoff. SWAT teams, hostage negotiators, and drones were deployed. Parkington exchanged gunfire with police on multiple occasions and even attempted to shoot down police drones. Unbelievable. Negotiators communicated with him intermittently, during which he expressed frustration over housing costs and the eviction. Yeah, I would say he was probably a little upset. He's a little miffed. After several hours, officers heard a single gunshot from inside the home. That's never good. A drone sent through a window confirmed Parkington had died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound to the head. As the bomb squad entered to clear the numerous explosives spotted by the drone, including pipe bombs, Molotov cocktails, and hand grenades, they made a shocking discovery. As if pipe bombs, Molotov cocktails, and grenades weren't shocking enough. They discovered a heavily decomposed, handcuffed body of 79-year-old Carmine Bacuzzi. Sorry if I mispronounced the name. I'm not doing that on purpose. In a room on the second floor, across the hallway from Parkington's body. Pipe bombs, Molotov cocktails, grenades, obviously at least one gun, and a heavily decomposed, handcuffed corpse. What is going on in Stamford? What is in the water? Did this guy join Coach Moore and went to Flint, had some water at a diner? What is going on in Stamford? Bocuzzi, a former tenant who had been renting a room in the home and was also named in the eviction proceedings, had been killed by blunt force trauma to the head and torso with gagging. His death was ruled a homicide by the Connecticut office of the chief medical examiner. He was identified via DNA comparison with a family member. The exact timeline of his death remains under investigation, but his body had been concealed in the home for an unknown period prior to the standoff. Authorities continue to probe and blah, blah, blah. How long was that dude missing? Like, I don't know this guy's story. I mean, perhaps this person was homeless or estranged from the family, or again, I don't know. I don't have details of that. But how long was? Have you ever smelt a decomposing corpse? Have you ever smelt that? It's you don't forget a smell like that. Like, I've had a mouse die in the wall before, and it stank for weeks, and it was a mouse. Like, bro, that's smaller than my phone. And my house stank. Can you imagine a body? I know people that can. I know somebody who is like a funeral director. So that person's going, yeah, I know what that smells like, and it stanks. How did nobody notice that smell? How did nobody notice the smell? Wow, Stamford, what is up? What is up? That is, I'm sorry. I had to talk about that. That's crazy to me. You had an armed standoff. Okay, crazy, right? Crazy enough. Dude, finishes the standoff himself. Well, I'm trying to be nice here. Okay. Again, it happens. It happens, right? It happens in, L.A. a lot. It doesn't make national news because it's L.A. It happens. My bad. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. So you got a standoff with a dude. Okay, takes care of it. Okay, and then you got bombs. Oh well, that's interesting. You have grenades. Oh well, that's kind of special. Oh look, a body. The fuck you say? You have a what? And it's not just a body. It's badly decomposed and it's handcuffed. Yo, what? What? I want to know more about this. What is the connection with these people? What is the story behind all of this? I want to know more. I really do want to know more. This is great. What is going on in Stamford? That is so crazy. All right, I'm going to wrap this up. I think it's long enough. Yeah, it's about a half an hour. I don't know. I hope you're entertained. If you are, cool. If not, well, thanks for, I don't know, sorry, I guess. Anyways, if you like the episode, please give it a like, share, tell all your friends. And as always, keep being you.